Have you ever stopped for a moment and asked yourself why life sometimes feels so heavy and unfair? Why do some people seem to have everything, love, health, peace of mind, money, and opportunities, while others keep struggling day after day, trapped in the same cycle of pain and disappointment? The truth is, it is not because God loves some people more than others, and it is not because life is favorites. The real reason lies inside us, hidden in the constant conversation we are having with ourselves. That voice inside our head is shaping every part of our lives. And often that voice is not kind. It does not lift us up, it pulls us down. It whispers, "You are not good enough. You are not smart enough. You will fail just like you did before. No one loves you. Nothing will ever change." And when we keep listening to this voice, it becomes our truth, and our life begins to reflect it. Think about it. How many times have you wanted to start something new, maybe a business, a project, or even just a healthier lifestyle, but the voice inside told you, "You can't do this. You will never stick to it. You will look foolish. You will fail." And so you didn't even try. Or maybe you did try, but gave up quickly because that inner voice kept telling you, "What's the point? You will never make it." And in that moment, you were not defeated by life. You were defeated by yourself. This inner voice can be more powerful than any enemy outside. You can escape a cruel person. You can walk away from a bad place, but you cannot escape your own mind. That is why it is so dangerous. But here is the truth you need to hear today. This voice is not the voice of your soul. It is not the voice of God. It is not the voice of your true self. It is the voice of fear, of old wounds, of lies you've been told by others. Lies you have repeated so many times that they feel real. I want to tell you a story. Imagine a little boy standing in front of a mirror. At first, he sees himself with innocence, with joy, with light in his eyes. But one day, someone tells him he is stupid. Someone laughs at him. Someone tells him he will never amount to anything. That boy goes back to the mirror, and suddenly the reflection is no longer clear. He starts to see himself through the words of others. That boy grows into a man, and even years later, he still hears that same voice every time he looks into the mirror of his mind. Many of us are like that boy. We are carrying the voices of other people inside us, and we have allowed them to become our own. But those voices are not our truth. They are shadows. History is full of people who refuse to listen to those shadows. Think of Nelson Mandela. He spent 27 years in a prison cell, with every reason to believe his life was finished. Yet he did not let his inner voice say, "It is over." Instead, he turned prison into a school of patience, faith, and forgiveness. And when he finally walked free, he carried a spirit so strong that he helped to heal a broken nation. Or think about Malala Yousafzai. She was just a young girl when a bullet pierced her head because she dared to believe girls deserved education. That kind of trauma could have filled her with fear. Her inner voice could have said, "Be quiet. Stay safe. Stop dreaming." But she refused. She told herself, "My voice will not end here." And today, because she silenced the voice of fear, millions of girls have hope for education. The truth is simple. Your inner dialogue is writing the story of your life. If you keep telling yourself you are weak, your life will reflect weakness. If you tell yourself you are unworthy, your life will reflect unworthiness. But if you start speaking to yourself with love, with courage, with faith, and with gratitude, then your life will begin to change. The universe will mirror back to you the words you choose to believe. Thoughts are like seeds. If you plant fear, you will harvest despair. If you plant love, you will harvest blessings. But I know what you're thinking. If it is so simple, why is the negative voice always louder? It is because fear is ancient. Fear is the oldest survival tool in the human mind. It is designed to protect you from danger, but when it goes unchecked, it becomes a prison. It takes control of your thoughts and convinces you that every step forward will lead to disaster. This is how negative self-talk shows up. Sometimes it is filtering. You may get 10 compliments and 1 criticism, but you forget all the compliments and hold on to the 1 negative word. Sometimes it is personalizing. Something bad happens, and you blame yourself even though you had no control over it. Sometimes it is catastrophizing. A small problem happens, and you immediately believe the whole world is falling apart. And sometimes it is polarizing. You see everything as all or nothing. If you're not perfect, you believe you're worthless. These patterns are not truth. They are illusions. They are tricks of the mind. And the only way to break free is to recognize them and stop giving them power. Let me remind you of a powerful story. There was a woman who survived the Holocaust. She saw the worst darkness a human can face. When asked how she kept her spirit alive, she said, "They could take everything from me, but they could never take away the voice I chose to believe inside my mind." That is where real freedom begins. So how do you change your inner dialogue? The first step is awareness. Begin to listen to your thoughts. Write them down. Do not run from them. When you write them down, you will see how many of them are lies, how many of them are exaggerated, how many of them are filled with fear. Once you see them, you can challenge them. For every negative thought, write a positive truth beside it. If you think, "I cannot do this," replace it with, "I can because God gives me strength." If you think, "I am unworthy," replace it with, "I was created by the divine, and therefore I am worthy." Slowly, you will begin to rewire your mind. The next step is gratitude. Gratitude is the medicine of the soul. Every morning, before you look at your phone, before you remember your worries, whisper 3 things you are thankful for. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for this day. Thank you for my family. Thank you for another chance. When you focus on gratitude, your heart opens and negativity loses its grip. Stop chasing perfection. Perfection is not real. Even the stars stumble in their rhythm. Even the moon is not full every night, yet they still shine. You do not need to be perfect to be worthy. You only need to keep growing, to keep learning, to keep trying. If you aim for perfection, you will always feel like a failure. Aim for progress. Progress is divine. Stop comparing yourself to others. You do not know their full story. You see their smiles, but not their tears. You see their success, but not their sleepless nights. A rose does not envy a sunflower. The ocean does not envy the sky. Every creation has its own path. So do you. Focus on your journey. Bless others, but do not compare yourself to them. Be gentle with yourself. Speak to yourself the way you would speak to a child or to your best friend. Would you ever say to a child, "You are worthless, you will never make it"? No. Then why do you say it to yourself? Begin to speak to your soul with kindness. Practice mindfulness. Sit in silence for a few minutes each day. Breathe deeply. Watch your thoughts like clouds passing in the sky. Do not fight them. Let them come and let them go. Slowly, you will realize you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness that watches them. And that awareness is eternal, strong, and filled with light. Fill your life with positive voices. Read scriptures, poems, and stories that remind you of your divine worth. Listen to music that heals your heart. Stay close to people who lift you up, not those who pull you down. If you cannot find such people, be that person for yourself. Your soul is your greatest companion. Affirmations are also powerful. Speak them daily. Stand in front of the mirror and say, "I am loved. I am guided. I am strong. I am enough." At first, you may not believe it. But remember, you once believed the lies too. And if lies could feel real after being repeated, how much more powerful will truth feel once you speak it again and again? Your inner voice is the compass of your destiny. If you allow fear to hold it, you will always walk in circles. But if you take it back and point it toward faith, love, and gratitude, your path will lead to blessings you cannot imagine. So tonight, when you lay your head down, put your hand on your heart and whisper these words. I release the voice of fear. I embrace the voice of love. I am enough. I am guided. I am worthy. Say until your heart believes it. This is how transformation begins. One day you will look back and realize the greatest battle you fought was not against the world but against yourself. And when you win that battle, everything else becomes possible. Your body can heal, your heart can forgive, your mind can be clear, your relationships can grow, your opportunities can multiply, and your life can finally feel like the gift it was always meant to be. If this message touched your heart, if you felt even a spark of truth in these words, then share it with others, because every soul around you is fighting the same silent battle inside. And do not forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel for more messages that bring light to your path.